agribusiness profitably. If this is your first time of being to this channel, look for the subscription button and click subscribe. Once you are subscribed to this channel, you always get our up-to-date information and upcoming videos. You will get the notification of every of our videos. You are highly welcome. I am your humble servant and the instructor, Dr. Luna Charles Mogu. Today is a new day in this channel. I've come your way once again with another interesting content. Management of breeding stock. This topic is egg management in breeders' farm. 1. Egg weighing. There are considerable advantages in weighing a sample of egg or eggs each day to establish the trend in egg weight. The analysis of this trend is a useful guide to flock performance and will give an early indication of problems. The egg weight shown in the table should be expected from normal parent stock, where our recommendations for body weight, feed analysis, and feed prescriptions have been followed. Weigh at least 90 eggs immediately after the second egg collection, which usually occurs around mid-morning. Make sure to exclude double yolks, misshapings, very small and cracked eggs. Daily egg weight, when plotted on a graph, will give an indication of potential problems that should be investigated immediately. Underweight eggs. The problems of underweight eggs and the causes. 1. Underfeeding. Low level of energy or protein feed. Inadequate water supply. Diseases and infections. Extreme house temperatures. Underweight birds. High production performance. Overweight eggs. Overfeeding. High level of energy or protein feed. Overweight birds, low production performance. Egg size is partly determined by the body weight of the females at photostimulation. The development between 21 and 25 weeks of age and the extent to which females become overweight after peak production. Delay lighting will give larger eggs initially and throughout the life of the flock. Try to maintain an average egg weight below 70 grams as long as possible. Eggs over 70 grams tend to hatch worse and can affect the average hatchability of the flock considerably. This is likely the reason for a more rapid decline in hatch after 50 weeks of age. Egg collection. Maximum hatchability and chick quality can only be achieved when the egg is held under optimum conditions between laying and the setting in the incubator. Remember that a fertile egg contains more living cells, 40,000 to 50,000 cells. Once laid, its hatching potential can be at best and maintained. If misshapen, hatching potential will quickly deteriorate. Manual nests should be kept well maintained with clean shavings. Any droppings, broken eggs, and any soiled materials must be removed promptly from nest and replaced with clean fresh nest material. In the early stages, the females will tend to scratch the shavings out, but they will soon lose the habit if the nests are not being overfilled. Frequent walking through the point of lay flock is a good management technique to minimize floor eggs. Walking the floor will disturb birds that are looking for nesting sites on the litter or in the corners of the house, and encourage them to use the nest box. Collect eggs at least 4 times daily, and during peak production period, 6 collections are recommended. Egg temperature within the nest, particularly during the hot weather, may be similar to those in an incubator. Therefore, eggs must be regularly collected and cooled down to storage temperatures to prevent pre-incubation and embryo development. This will reduce the number of early death germs and improve hatchability. Egg collection from mechanical nests should be timed to avoid the risk of pre-incubation. Most of the time, the morning is used to gather most of the hatching eggs, and the afternoon is spent handling house and bed management, as well as repair and maintenance. Use of floor egg depresses hatchability and is a hygienic risk. Under no circumstances put floor eggs into the nest box. They should be collected and packed separately from nest egg and clearly identified. If floor eggs are to be incubated, it is recommended that they be set and hatch in separate machines. Wash hands before and after each egg collection, and therefore all eggs should be carefully handled. Prevent hairline crack by handling eggs carefully at all times. Eggs should be collected in plastic or fiber trays. Egg trays should be stacked and carried 3 tiers high. Do not use basket or bucket as they result in more egg becoming cracked and contaminated. Egg collection using mechanical bird system must not be allowed. Buy up on the collection tables. Operate the system at a speed that allows the egg collector to work comfortably. In manual nests, then you are picking up eggs many times throughout the day. Close the lower nest before the last round of egg collection and leave the upper nest open. At the last collection, close the upper nest, and this will help maintain cleaner nest condition. With the automatic community nest, open the nest one door or 1 hour before the light come up and close the nest 1 hour before the light goes off. Egg grading should be carried out with care to prevent damage to handling hatching eggs. Remove and discard egg unsuitable for hatching. These are dirty as defined by the company policy. Cracked eggs, small eggs depending on the hatching policy of the company, very large or double yolk eggs, poor shells, glossary misshaping. Jetted eggs should be stored well away from hatching eggs. It is essential to place hatching eggs carefully into the setting and transport tray with the small pointed end facing down. The egg handling room must be kept clean and tidy. Nest pad in automatic nest should be kept clean, especially with older flocks. It is a good practice to clean the nest pad at 40 weeks of age. It is very important that individuals and community nests be closed at night so that birds will not sleep in the nest and dirty the nest pad. Maintain good vermin control in the egg store. The egg handling room is the first stage of egg cooling and is an advantage to keep it cool, cooler than the laying houses but warmer than the egg store. Eggs that are picked up clean from the nest or birds have all the potentials to produce good quality chicks, especially coming from a community nest system. Under certain conditions, it is necessary or it may be beneficial to sanitize hatching eggs. Formalin or other chemicals are the most commonly used products. However, there are alternative products such as parasitic acid. Avoid wetting the hatching eggs by liquid sanitizers. Only under low humidity conditions will this procedure be an acceptable tool to reduce contamination. No product will be effective unless the correct chemical concentration, temperature, and humidity are maintained. Remember that dirty eggs will reduce the effectiveness of the sanitation more quickly than clean eggs. Eggs should be allowed to cool down gradually to the farm egg store temperature before putting them into the egg store. Store the eggs in a separate room that can be maintained at all times according to the chart. A relative humidity of 75% should be maintained all the time. For long-time egg storage, you must make sure that the environment is tidy and clean. If not, the eggs will be contaminated. Keep a record of the maximum and minimum temperature and the relative humidity in the egg store. Read the thermometers 3 times a day, in the morning, midday, and in the evening. At the same time, every day, and written down the data on a chart. Condensation will form when cold eggs are taken into warmer, high humid environment. This is often overlooked when eggs are being transported from the farm to the hatchery and can be prevented by using temperature control egg vehicles to transport eggs from farm to hatchery. Eggs should be collected from the farm and transported to the hatchery at least twice a week. There are 3 storage areas: farm egg room, transport, and hatchery egg room. It is important to match the conditions in each of these situations as closely as possible to avoid sharp changes in temperature and humidity, which can lead to condensation or sweating on the eggs, or egg becoming chilled or overheated. Recent research showed that the eggs should be gradually cooled from point of lay to hatchery egg storage room, which should be the coolest point for the egg. From that point, the egg should be warmed to incubation temperature by pre-warming before sitting in the incubator. These temperature changes should happen in a steady pattern down from lay to the coolest point, then in a steady pattern up from the egg storage to the incubator. Temperature fluctuation during egg storage time will cause a higher early embryonic mortality and